Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool early model A&E 3-slot payphone. This is Bob's telephone from Arkansas, and so when this telephone came in, this is the initial checkout. When the telephone came in, Bob had the key to the body lock, which he couldn't get open, and the key is to this lock. The problem is the lock hangs up, and it doesn't want to open every time. So I finally was able to get the lock to open, and we got the body off. But I don't believe Bob has ever been into it because he couldn't get the key to work. And so this lock is going to have to be taken apart, and we're going to have to go through it and find out what's hanging up the lock. So he had that key. Now, the vault was locked up also, and this lock does not have a key. So what we have to do to this lock for the vault is get a key to fit it, because it's a 10L lock. We have to get a key to fit it and then take the lock apart and rekey that key to this lock. So we also, when we gained access into the vault area, we found 15 cents. We found a nickel from 1956, and we found a dime from 2007. So the nickel's been in there a long time probably, and it's a 1956. So Bob's getting rich. He's got about 15 cents there already. It has a nice chrome finger wheel, but if you notice, it's not returning. And it may return on its own over a period of time. See how slow it is? So we're going to have to go through that, but he's got a nice chrome finger wheel. And he's got a decent center card in there, and I think we're going to leave all that alone. I think he's pretty happy with all that. And this telephone was in use at some point, so that's cool to see how it looked when it was in service. And that's what the neat thing is about these telephones. They were in service. They're not going to look brand new, and so that gives them some character. And we're going to stick with the original card that's in here. So we're going to leave all that alone. So we need to get a key for the 10L lock for the vault and rekey that key to that lock. We need to take the body lock and repair that. We also need to go into the telephone and install, like we do, a modular port so that Bob can simply walk up and plug any line cord, any length, any color he wants into the telephone. And so we also want to go in and rewire everything, and we want to install a bell. There is no bell in this unit. I do have the body off loose, and I want to spin that around for you because I want to show you what we need to do here. We need to go through the coin validator so that he can drop money into the unit, and it'll drop down into the coin area, into the vault area. So we want to go through this validator and make sure everything's dropping through. We want to go through our connections, and we're also going to have to pull the coin validator out and go into the rotary and work on the rotary, because as you see, the rotary's not returning. It's just going to sit there and try to return, and it's not really going to return. We need to go through all the connections and wiring here in the base of the phone and figure out what we want to do. It's got a capacitor back here, and it's got a capacitor up here. Now this capacitor up here is loose, and it's causing the body not to fit back on. And we don't really need this cap in line anyway, so we're going to take that out. The modular port plug will be right here, so that'll fill that void. And we will install a bell in it in this area somewhere. So it's a really cool telephone. It's an early model open slot coin return, and it's more sought after. All of these 3-slot payphones are sought after. even the single slots are getting that way. But when you got an early model like that, it always helps out. It's nice to see that. And then we'll get our lock back in our vault door and get all that working again. So other than the nickel being from 1956, we'll return this 15 cents to Bob, and he can put that in his bank account. We'll get him squared away here, and this is the initial checkout. So we're going to take a short break from the video, and we're going to start working on this telephone, and we're going to get some more video of it as we progress into the repair of it. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and so what we have here is Bob's 15 cents that we found inside the vault area for the coins. And so this gives you a little bit of a look at how the telephone looks now, since we went through everything, rewired it, installed a modular port, we installed a bell and the bell circuit, and rewired the network the way we need it to work for Bob. And so another thing that we've done is we got a key for his lock and rekeyed his lock for his vault. And this key is to this lock now, and you won't be able to open this lock with anything else. So we'll go ahead and set that aside now, and we went through the rotary. And you can see that it turns freely now. Earlier in the video, this rotary was locking up. Another thing that was on this finger wheel, it had a big dent in it. And so what we did was we took that dent out somewhat. You can still see it a little bit, but it's not like it was, so that was repaired also. We went through the validator, made sure everything was falling through the coin validator, and we also repaired, Bob had his key and lock in the body, and so now that locks and unlocks with no problem. Before it was hanging up, so that's been repaired. So now what we can do is we can set the body on the base and go ahead and lock it. We can put our vault on and lock that also. And we'll scoot the telephone up a little bit, because what we want to do is some checks on this telephone. So we'll go ahead and we'll ring the telephone. We'll let that go a few times, since that was one of the issues. I'll let it go one more time. We want to give you some dial tone. And then I want to take the dial tone away. And if you watch this red light on the analyzer, every time I transmit into the handset, you're going to see a red light here, and that's 100% modulation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hello, hello. So we know this telephone is transmitting, receiving, and ringing. Let's move it over to a regular line. And what's going to happen is we'll call it time and temp. Give some dial tone.
Today is Thursday, August 16th. The time is 11:15. Current temperature 78 degrees. Now the Belleville area weather forecast. Mostly cloudy, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Low tonight around 60. Partly sunny Friday morning, chance of a shower. Mostly sunny in the afternoon. Highs around 80.
Okay, so Also, we can call another number. We can call my number, and it'll be busy. Houston dial tone. We can call one other number, Houston dial tone. We'll call a long distance time and temp.
The time is 11:17. Current temperature 74 degrees. Relative humidity 68%.
Forecast clearing night tonight, overnight low 63 degrees, sunny tomorrow with a high of 81. Saturday and Sunday, sunny, highs near 80 with overnight lows in the 50s.
Okay, so now what we can do is we can go ahead and put some change in, and we're going to put a quarter in, and that will gong one time. Then what we want to do is put a nickel in, and that will ring the bell one time. A dime will ring the bell twice. And then we'll go a nickel, another dime, and a quarter, and then another nickel. So we know that the change is falling through to the vault. We can go ahead and open up the vault and grab our change out. And then we can simply lock the vault again. Okay, we had to take a short break there, but I wanted to show you the modular ports that we install. A lot of times when these telephones get converted, they'll just leave a long cord hanging out the back, and I think that looks tacky. Now all Bob has to do is take any length line cord, any color, and simply plug it right in, and he's finished. And he doesn't have all these cords hanging out of the back of it, and it makes it for a very simple, clean connection. Now that we're finished up with this telephone, we can get this back to Bob, and he can enjoy it. This is a really cool A&E open slot coin return and a chrome finger wheel. And so it's just a really perfect example of a telephone that looks like it was in service, and that gives it some character. And it's a plus that he has his keys and they both lock now. So I'm sure Bob will enjoy this telephone. I know it's just a great piece of the past. So this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.